Live. Hello,
Sweet.
gentlemen. We are live.
Hello.
Live.
Hello.
Live.
Hello.
Happy Sunday.
Have you watched Mythic Quest, Josh?
No, I'm waiting for a good time to get my free trial of Apple TV. So there's enough shows that I want to just binge. Like right now, it's like Servant and Mythic Quest that I want to watch. So I'm waiting for them to add at least 2 more shows that I need to see.
Mm-hmm.
So I can do my trial and knock them all out.
I put the app on the Roku with the intent to watch something and just haven't got to it, which is crazy because I'm watching anything I can find at the moment, but I still haven't jumped in to watch that. I'm still, not wanting to adopt new things.
Did you watch Palm Springs yet on Hulu?
Not yet. Is it any good?
It's awesome.
Is it?
It's so good.
Is it anything like the movie?
It is a movie. The movie Palm Springs.
Oh,
Andy Samberg.
so it's a different movie. I saw that it was Andy Samberg, so it's a different Palm Springs. I watched
Andy
a swinger movie
Samberg,
called Palm Springs once. It was something completely different.
Oh, no.
That's
J.K.
what I was asking.
Simmons is in it. And the mother from How I Met Your Mother, Christina Milioti. It was awesome.
She sang in the Once musical that I went to go see at Broadway.
She did it live, yeah.
Oh, nice.
One of the musicals it came here locally and I didn't get to see it. One of those things.
I thought it was excellent.
Yeah, I'm really sad I missed it.
And but I don't, I don't do musicals or whatnot. But my wife, when we went to New York, that was the one we went to because she was like, "You'll like this one," and she was right. I did. So I was going to ask you guys what you thought, what you were hoping to see today, what you're expecting to see. And one of the things I was going to bring up is I wonder if they're going to talk about Mythic Quest again because that was like a low light of E3 for me last year. E3, I'm glad they do it, and apparently it's a good show, but E3 isn't the place to do that.
I didn't realize they had that much of a connection with the show. I thought it was just kind of like they picked a show to, a presser to show off their show. I didn't realize.
Yeah.
Ubisoft was literally developing the fake game.
I thought it was a joke. Literally.
Did you?
Kind of quest. I just didn't even bother with it. And then when I just saw it again, I'm like, I vaguely remember this, but I have no interest in it.
If it was anything as good as the Devolver show yesterday, it'd be amazing television.
That's true.
You know what I will say? We were watching The Crew.
Yeah.
I just really feel this disconnect with The Crew. I never
liked The Crew.
I never liked it.
I don't think anyone likes it.
Similar.
Coach Mo loves it.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
and Seb loves
Okay.
it too. It's very similar to Forza for people who haven't played Forza.
Kind of in design, but it's it's the way it felt. I didn't like the way it felt when I was playing.
Yeah, they're driving a
And they're still
gremlin
going.
right now.
Year 3 content.
Yeah.
So
Somebody likes it.
I'm happy that people like it, but it never connected like Need for Speed or Burnout or Horizon connected.
Right.
For me.
right.
I haven't done a Need for Speed since Hot Pursuit.
Yeah, I'm really waiting for them to pull me back in. There hasn't been one that really, even the new one didn't really Heat. What's it?
Look at that
called?
woman's face. Doing the surgeon or whatever. Interesting. Is this a VR game? Yes, it is.
Oh, you're ahead of me. Let me refresh it. It's back to me, party. Am I right? No, that's a commercial.
I was reading last night there are people that are upset that the Devolver Land Expo game wasn't a VR game. And I was
Really?
like, guys, they released a free game for you to play. And
Like,
it's like
come
it's
out right now.
that plays so into their show and their message that people are upset that somebody released a free game for them. People are like, I was gonna play it, but it's not in VR, so never mind.
Who are these people? The amount of privilege you need.
Yeah, kinda. There's a lot of it.
Okay, this is kind of cool. It's not just Surgeon Simulator. I don't know what they're doing. They're making a bowling alley now?
I am
Huh.
I'm here for Far Cry. I
Yeah,
am
me too.
less hopeful that we will see Gods and Monsters or whatever it is. I was sure that we were going to see it, but everything that I've been reading out in the front of it, it seems like we have a packed show already with Assassin's Creed. They're going to talk about what's the only thing I have in my head right now is The Departed, and that's not it. What am I thinking of? The Division?
The Division, yeah.
They're going to
Maybe
talk about
content from
that.
there. Mario and Rabbids 2, yes, Carol. Yes,
I don't think so.
You know what?
really-
I'm holding on hope.
It'd be an awesome surprise, but I don't think
Yes.
so.
I want to see Skull and Bones. I know we're not gonna.
I hope
Skull
it
and
just
I
is
really want to
canceled.
see what's going
I
on.
think
with
it's
it.
died down.
I hope it's canceled.
I also want to see.
I'm not. I say that like jokingly, but also seriously. I would not. You wouldn't
Yeah.
hear one quip from me if they were like, "You didn't like it, we canceled it."
At this
Like,
point,
thank
at
you.
this point, yeah, they have to basically redesign the whole game. I mean, if Anthem can do it, they can do it with the pirate game.
I mean, if anybody can do it, Ubisoft can.
yeah,
Yeah, they are really, really good.
I'd like to see an update to where they're at with Beyond Good and Evil too.
That would be excellent.
It would be nice to see a release window for that game.
Yeah,
I'm tired of CGI trailers that look really, really good.
I mean, last year at E3, they told you that Gods and Monsters and Watch Dogs would be out in March. And here
That's
we
true.
are in July, and not one of those games from last year E3 has come out. So
they all push back. Yeah. So
take the dates with a grain of salt, even if they announce them.
it's going to be heavy hitters this fall, though, with 3 big Ubisoft games.
Q in the chat says Rainbow Six Quarantine, which would be, I would expect to see that. And we'll see Watch Dogs.
Yes.
There's nothing wrong with seeing a little Watch Dogs, so that'll be cool
instead of
too.
hands on, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the
Yeah,
thing. If we're
Assassin's
gonna
Creed.
get if we're gonna get extended demos of Assassin's Creed and Watch Dogs, and then we at least get a good trailer for Far Cry. If you throw in a Just Dance and a Division, like
that's a show.
that's a packed
That's
hour.
their show, yeah.
Yeah, that's a big show. So,
So that alpha, that footage from Assassin's Creed that leaked last week.
yeah,
Assuming, well, we are seeing gameplay today, so that must be months old, right?
that's that. I mean, it
Possibly,
looked old. It looked rough, right?
Well, that's what my worry was. Like, my worry was it was now time, and someone leaked it. But if they're doing hands on today,
Yeah. The
Either
moment I
it's not
saw
really
that, I was like,
hands-on,
this
or
is
it's-
like beta footage or something.
Oh, okay.
It is not that it looked bad. It just didn't look like what you would expect it to look like. All the lighting and everything was just.
It looked bad.
Yeah, it was a little rough around the edges. It was a little rough around the
yeah,
edges.
it was too dark, and
Yeah.
you couldn't really see what was going on.
Okay. Give me a deep dive of Assassin's Creed Valhalla, like what they promised with the Xbox show.
Yeah, of course.
That
Yeah.
would be great.
I mean, I think you're gonna love it because what in the demo, like, because I didn't go knowing that it was leaked footage from behind closed doors. I
Yeah.
didn't go into it expecting to see anything impressive, so I wasn't let down by what I saw. But what I saw reminded me a lot of Witcher. I was like, this
there we
is
go.
going to be a Witcher-esque Assassin's Creed game.
You got me.
People
You sold me.
compare Odyssey to that, right? To Witcher. as
Odyssey,
the
yes,
scope.
definitely. I feel like I couldn't get into too much of Odyssey because it just felt so packed and dense. I could see it being very similar to Witcher, though.
I just think the
Yeah.
setting, right? When you see
The
the
setting,
setting, you
too,
take all of the
definitely.
Odyssey-like stuff and you put it in that setting, then all of a sudden you've made something that just kind of looks
Exactly.
like The Witcher.
Yeah. The music and the way the landscape is.
I'm all for it. I'm all for Valhalla, but Kevin and I think we're in agreement that it depends on when it's going to launch. If it launches at launch, then we'll probably wait on it. Because I'll be doing
okay.
Cyberpunk, and
Oh, yeah,
there's
definitely.
no sense to play to try and buy both of them near the same time as each other.
You haven't made a good point when you asked about that. That like, wait on Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
Because it'll also probably drop to $40-$50, depending on if it's coming out at 70 or 60 or 80.
Point. Good point.
I always buy Assassin's Creed games a year later now. No
Yeah.
joke.
I mean,
Just
I
to
was
get it.
I was
20 bucks.
planning on it just because, brand new console. I'd want to see it, like in all its glory, and what a better way to do it than with like an Assassin's Creed game. But now that Cyberpunk has been delayed into that window, then Cyberpunk becomes that game for me. So I'm happy to just push Assassin's Creed back a bit.
Hey everybody, I'm Rodrigue,
Yep.
Marketeer at
I'm always excited about Ubisoft, though. They
Oh,
always
yeah.
have a great show. So, and they always have surprises.
That's
which-
true.
and our new game Spirit
Is consistent. I think pretty much for the past 5 years, there's always been a surprise. Whether the games come out or not is
Sure. So
Not
last year
part
we
of
got
that.
that rollerball derby game.
yeah.
Oh,
there's
excited
about
those
that.
come out.
Surprise!
I will say if they do show more of their shooter hyper drive or whatever it is,
Yeah,
I think
Hyperscape.
there'll be a little bit of a disappointment because they dedicated an event to that,
I think we'll definitely see that today.
which you should like. You think so close to this dedicating an event to that, you should really not even highlight it. I think
I
we
understand
will
the
see
point
it, but
that
I
you're
don't
making.
want to see it.
I just definitely think we're going to see it. It's a free-to-play game, and they've got a bunch of eyes on today. At the very least, they'll maybe throw out a date or a beta or something like that.
Well, it's funny because I got an invite to the beta and I click on it and it just doesn't work. The
Oh,
link
man.
doesn't work. The game isn't even there. I'm like, oh, great.
I know people are
I have my
excited for
Ubisoft
that
thing
one.
open, so I can claim my Watch Dogs, and it's like, yeah, go to your games. It's in the top left-hand corner now. There's nothing here.
I have Watch Dogs, the ultimate whatever from Kevin, and I still not. I'm like, no, I'm good.
There's
Oh,
just
they
so
actually
many.
have a link for the live stream on the Ubisoft thing.
I'm interested if they have any new UbiArt games. That
Yeah,
they would
we
show off.
gotta let that hope go. I've been saying that for 6 years.
Yeah.
I've been saying that every year for a while. I've given up on that path. I don't think it's going to
man.
happen. I would hope so. Because didn't the director of that engine, of that UbiArt engine, he said that they didn't like make enough money to warrant the cost.
Right.
So he basically was like, it's over.
They left, yeah, basically.
He's
They
like,
were
this
done
is-
with the engine.
This is dead. And that is a shame because I loved those games. I forgot about Trials.
I always
Oh,
forget that they
wow.
do trials.
Forgot about Trials. I'm looking at it like,
Season
damn, that's
6.
right.
I played through
Trials.
all of Trials of the Blood Dragon.
Yeah?
And I did it because of Far Cry, but I loved it, and I haven't revisited the Trials games like Trials Rising because of the Switch debacle.
I was so about to say I was gonna get it on Switch. I was like, "Let's go," and then I saw it and I was like, "Never mind."
Because I know.
Yeah. But I really enjoyed that game.
Q says Splinter Cell. Hipster Pop Geek says Beyond Good and Evil. Prince of Persia.
Prince of Persia and Splinter Cell
That'd be
are like
awesome.
the hopes.
That was
for the
awesome.
show.
What they just showed.
They
That-
said no Splinter Cell, though, right? They confirmed
yeah,
that. Like,
yeah.
We're not going to
Splinter Cell would excite me. Prince of Persia doesn't really excite me. I don't have that.
I haven't. Yeah.
So we covered
played
on
it
board
yet,
with video games the leaked prototype of Prince of Persia
Yeah.
that never came out. It looked incredible.
Oh
then I found
yes,
out
I saw that video too.
It wasn't in-game engine, but they rendered it to make it look like it was in-game, basically like every E3 trailer
Yeah.
we've ever seen.
Yeah.
Uh,
They're giving
Looked
you an
great.
idea of what it could be
Yeah,
if you
it
give
looked
them
incredible.
$100 million in a couple years to make it.
It made me very excited for a Prince of Persia game. I don't think we'll see one, but
Have you liked the other ones in the series? Like, do you have like a
know
fan
what?
favorite of them, or?
I didn't. Sands of Time is probably my favorite of the reboot, but it's just because I didn't fall in love with the sequels.
Nathan says Assassin's Creed is what Prince of Persia became, and I kind of agree with that.
Essentially, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
I don't need two of them.
When we saw, I don't know if it was the first PAX East, but the guy who created Prince of Persia was the keynote speaker, and he essentially said like Ubisoft, gave up on Prince of Persia and just made Assassin's Creed instead of making his game. And he said, in fact, that he took some of his ideas for this next Prince of Persia games and put them directly into Assassin's Creed.
It makes sense.
If they can make a Prince of Persia game that goes back to the roots of like an Assassin's Creed game, like 2 or the Ezio trilogy, I can see that possibly happening because now that Valhalla is coming out in this big open world side quest kind of like game where a Prince of Persia can be more linear, like or maybe like a Tomb Raider-esque kind of formula going on.
Maybe they just
They
don't,
should-
they don't
yeah.
make games like that though.
There certainly
Well,
is
they
an
don't,
argument
but-
for what Assassin's Creed has become and what a Prince of Persia could fill in. Like what you said, like the Assassin's games I love the most are 1 through 3.
I'm
Yeah.
playing
All the ones in
2.
between.
2 is so good.
I've been playing the Ezio trilogy for like the past week and a half.
And Prince of Persia could fill that gap for people who like a more linear story in their Assassin's Creed games.
I just don't. I mean, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news. I just don't think Ubisoft's interested in making those games.
Oh, no. Yeah, we're not going to see it.
Probably
I
not.
just think it would be nice to see that.
Like they don't make money off of those games like they do.
No, they don't.
Yeah, I just don't think they're going to do that.
Is it? What is
Kyle
it?
and I tried to play Breakpoint last night because there was a 6 gig Destiny update, so we couldn't play Destiny together. We jumped into... So when you play Breakpoint, you start the game injured. Like story-wise, like your helicopter crashes, you
I
have to
remember
bandage
that.
yourself. But when Kyle hadn't played it before, I invited him into my game, And even though I'm already in the game world a couple hours in, his character automatically spawned in injured and he had to heal himself. And it just was a mess. It controlled horribly.
Oh
It
no.
looked so bad, and I haven't had that experience single player. But the second I added Kyle into my game, man, we quit that faster than
Wow.
you could say Minecraft Dungeons, because that's exactly what we did next.
Wow.
Minecraft Dungeons, yes, quit. It was bad. So
Where'd you play Minecraft Dungeons on PC?
on Xbox.
Oh yeah, on PC it's fine.
I didn't have any
Oh no,
problems with
Minecraft Dungeons was
Dungeons.
great. I'm saying like we quit out of Breakpoint to go play Minecraft
Yeah.
Dungeons
I
because
see. I see.
we were having such a bad experience.
With this game.
I hope we get to see Gods and Monsters, but at this point, I'm thinking that might be next year.
I think
Not-
they braced us for that, right? Like,
Yeah.
Gods and Monsters next year.
But like late
and
next
maybe
year.
even later. Yeah.
Yeah.
maybe the next year.
Yeah, because
Because all of these games coming out this fall.
yeah, exactly. And I
makes
remember
sense.
it was like 3 or 4 months ago. I told Kevin, he was saying it's going to be. He was like, next gen we're going to have Watch Dogs. I was like, I don't think so. I was like, I don't think they're going to start next gen with a Watch Dogs, man. I was like, they're going to go with Assassin's Creed because it's going to make more money. And then they announced Valhalla, and he was like, shit, you're right. So I was like, so apparently they're going to go Valhalla, Watch Dogs, Far Cry by the end of fiscal quarter, maybe. So maybe by March you have all three
By
of them.
March, yes.
So that
Yeah.
means we probably don't get Gods and Monsters until like July, August, or October, right? At least.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, that makes more sense.
At least could be later.
They're also
than
not
that.
immune to delays. Like we could see 1, 2, or 3 of those games get delayed till next year.
Yep.
But I feel confident with Ubisoft. Like they delay a game for. I mean, I shouldn't say people delay games for the wrong reasons, but I always feel comfortable when they talk about delaying a game that it's for the best reasons.
I think they delayed Watch Dogs and Assassin's Creed to get it into the next gen window. That's why I
That's-
said that they were going to delay it last year. That was the whole point of me saying it. I honestly think that was it. They just wanted to be there at the front of next gen when they have
Yeah.
a whole new cycle of people excited to buy consoles and stuff.
Yeah,
It's just a lot jam-packed when you have Watch Dogs and Assassin's Creed so close to each other. I mean, they're both going to be
I'll buy
pretty
both.
big.
and
I know.
Cyberpunk.
I'll buy both.
Like you got 3 huge games. Cyberpunk, not obviously not Ubisoft, but like a game that unintentionally aimed for next gen.
And it's going to be a priority for me.
Yeah, and a lot of people are going to make that priority, and it's a huge game, so that's going to take up months of people's time.
Mm-hmm.
And it depends on the type of gamer you are. Like, can you? Is that Wesley Snipes? Can you quit out? Like, can you play Cyberpunk and jump to another game, or are you the type of gamer who you're like, I'm playing Cyberpunk and that's it?
I can't do open world games at the same time. I will quit and do smaller games like a Metroidvania or something like that to do some side games at the same time. But Cyberpunk and Assassin's Creed Valhalla, no, that's not going to happen.
Are we
Yeah.
are we watching Steep again?
Oh boy, Steep.
Yep,
Steep is still
remember
a thing.
that game.
That's still a thing?
It's still a thing. I got it for free on Ubisoft.
We all got it for free. Yeah.
They did. It didn't stop them from releasing like a $80 Olympic edition, like
I still
2
need to
years
play
after the
Far
game
Cry
came out.
5. Gosh.
I gotta get Lucas to get back into this. Lucas and I started playing this on PC, like the Ultimate
Okay.
Edition, and we just never revisited
I'll
it.
play with
because-
you once I
Yeah.
get back into it.
You just let me know. I'll make time because I love that game to death.
Is this Valhalla? I didn't-
Valhalla, yeah.
There's so many indie games that they highlight. I didn't even know it was like Ubisoft related.
I really wish they would announce that Uplay Plus would come to consoles.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
That
Another
would effectively
subscription
kill Stadia, but at the same time, I would rather pay for it on console.
Don't worry, Stadia killed itself. And Uplay isn't going to be responsible for that.
I mean, Uplay Plus has me excited. That's something. If the price is right, that's something I would look at doing.
And I'm going to guess they don't have enough subscribers. They're probably looking to, and this is just a crazy bold statement, but they're probably looking at lowering the price anyways. I
was
canceled
thinking
my
about it.
EA access a year ago, and they never removed me from the program.
Are you serious?
So I'm not paying for it, but I still get every
Really?
EA Play game.
I was thinking of
discount.
doing Uplay Plus on PC and just doing all Ubisoft games that way. right? Because it's cheaper.
Yeah.
But as I was thinking about it, like realistically, I was like, I'm not going to do that. I want to play Far Cry on my Xbox, like on the TV and
Yeah.
all the resolution and stuff. So I would really like it to come to console.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, I'm at a minute right now. 1 minute.
1 minute, 2
Yeah,
seconds.
1 minute.
All right, so
Pretty
chat,
close.
once they start the show for real, I'll turn up the volume a little bit. If I turn it up too loud, that's drowning us out, let me know and I'll turn it back down.
Ubisoft's servers are still unavailable on Uplay.
She's playing with her foot. Oh,
That's
she's
insane.
playing. Through the
Oh
Fire
my
and
gosh, I
Flames.
remember that song.
Through the fire,
Was
the
she playing on
flames, man.
actual guitars?
Yeah.
Yeah, Rocksmith.
Oh, that's right, Rocksmith.
Yeah. I thought about buying
Something
that
I
for
wish-
Victoria's guitar.
I could have got it on deep discount at Best Buy. I never picked it
That
up.
was Guitar Hero 3.
Yeah, it was in Guitar Hero 3 also, yeah.
Yeah, it was. That's the long-standing Guitar Hero final song.
I see.
We used to have a customer who came in and played our demo unit of Rock Band
Yeah,
on our TV. He came in so much, he came in every day,
10
that
seconds.
he started playing backwards away from the TV, getting perfect scores in the store,
Oh, we're getting into it.
just sitting there. We had to kick him out of the store. Like
I don't know what I'm going to do
every
next
week.
gen with Rock Band. Like, I've got this Rock Band. I've bought all these songs and stuff. I hope it... I mean, I know it'll be backwards compatible, but I hope it, like, continues
Yeah,
at some point.
I would like to re-invest in Rock Band if they would only make
Join us.
guitars again.
Yeah, well, a lot of people miss the boat on that. I think my guitar is worth like $150 right now.
Yeah, it's insane how much
Wow.
they go for
Hi
now.
everyone, I'm Neelam Kumar, and I'm very excited to be co-hosting the first Ubisoft Forward
Fan
with
is
the
on.
talented Yusuf Magid. Today's show is all about getting up close and in-depth with all the exciting games we have in production here at Ubisoft.
I'm Yusuf, but there's
In
no time
production,
to
they
waste.
said.
So let's head straight for the streets of futuristic London and see what the hackers of DedSec are getting into.
Watch
we go.
Dogs.
Let me be a grandma.
Spreading subversive and hostile messaging over the last few weeks across London are not the work of several people as was originally believed, but
Not actual gameplay.
the criminals suspected to have links
Oh,
to
there.
terrorists.
That's a good catch, Josh.
I always look for it.
You really do. You're hypersensitive to it. It's like, come on.
Battlezone 3 really murdered it for me.
God, they look like Power Rangers.
Yeah.
Authorities recommend not to approach the individual.
First, they came for the foreigners, and I did not speak out because I was not a foreigner.
Oh.
Okay.
Yep, there we go.
Josh, I
Political
want
focus.
I want a Dawn of the Dead game that's like this, right?
Yeah.
Protesters,
Where like you have the fall and everybody's turning like in real time around you and all this stuff.
because I
Yep.
was not a protester.
This is like, okay, so this is really hitting current.
Oh, with immigration
Political
policy,
climate.
definitely.
Then they came for the journalists. And I did
Immigration,
not speak out
detained.
because I was not a journalist.
Came for the journalist. Sorry, Jason. Took down Polygon.
Polygon.
And then they came
Well,
for
I
street
guess-
artists.
That's next, right? The drones will be released into the world.
Because I am not a street artist.
So Banksy has to watch out.
So much style.
Too much style.
Yeah.
Over stylized.
Like so many flashing lights. Oof.
He's a superpower or two away from being an Infamous game.
Yeah,
True.
those are like an infamous game.
They'd come for me.
Wait for it.
yeah,
He's gonna do
No one left to
it.
speak for me.
Oh, he gets saved. Who's gonna die? Playing dog noise over the audio.
He's like, oh, there is dogs.
Only Watch Dogs are just an audio. Wait, here comes the cop. Oh, okay.
Like, is this CGI? Like,
Oh, yeah.
it was really hard to tell
Yeah, no,
in the
no.
beginning.
All of this is CGI, isn't it? They
Okay.
said it's not gameplay.
It's not actual gameplay.
but it could be character models, but yeah, it definitely appears. to be
Oh, there we go.
CGI.
Yeah, I see it now.
In the car, though, yeah, you're right. It did look more like models.
For our new members.
I'm sorry. That I kind of think of those as the same thing.
Costume party.
It's like a pre-rendered
yeah.
video, right? If anything that's not gameplay to me, it's all just kind of video,
But
whether
you
it
do
be.
get in that game, like that transition from a cutscene to the game, like where you're about to take over for the character, and you can tell the model changed just a little bit.
Yeah.
Hmm.
The authorities advise all residents.
Your nostrils are off.
God of War basically just perfected that transition. The new one.
I've been thinking about replaying that one soon.
Yeah.
Clinton has been a
They
longtime
really,
creative force
they
here at
really
Ubisoft,
perfected that
and now
transition
he's
from
bringing this
cutscene to
vision
in-game.
to Watch Dogs Legion.
It's like seamlessly.
So yeah, what we just saw was an amazing short film by the director Alberto Mielgo that was inspired by Watch Dogs Legion and looks at the game and the universe and the characters through
Not even
his
from the game.
incredible
Yeah, I know.
artistic vision and visual style.
The city needs a resistance.
Like the film, Watch Dogs Legion
There we
tells
go,
the
that's
story of
gameplay.
ordinary heroes
Yeah.
setting aside their differences in order to come together as a collective and to fight for a positive change.
Ooh, Fight Club.
You can literally recruit and
That's what we
play
need, a
anyone
Pit Fighter
that you see
remake.
in the open world. You profile people that are
Give me that.
interesting to you. You help them with their problem. You play their origin mission.
Just help me get some closure and I'll do whatever you want.
Sounds like a DedSec problem. Leave it to us.
And that's how you recruit them into your team. And then they become the heroes of the game and the stars of your story.
And what are you doing in my flat? You with Albion?
You get that origin
Please,
mission.
think
That's
more
like Mass
underground.
Effect 2.
You with Albion?
I'm tickled, but think more
Oh,
underground.
there you go.
What, DedSec?
There we
Yeah,
go.
right, and I'm Che Guevara. You're done.
And they make the story not only, unique to them, but unique to you as the player and personal to you because they're, heroes that you've chosen and invested in. What would I say to fans? I guess I'd say, take care of yourselves, stay safe. Welcome to the Resistance.
There's some random thoughts there.
London town. A
Here's,
modern
yeah, here's
metropolis
our gameplay.
built on history and prosperity.
Looks good.
Only took
It looks
12,000
really
years to
good.
build it up, and one night to tear it all down.
It's such a cool concept too.
Yeah.
I just want to know if I can wear like a V for Vendetta mask, and if that can be my character,
I mean, you're in the right country.
right?
With London under attack by a mysterious terrorist, the government turns to a private military company called Albion to keep everyone safe. What could
Albion.
possibly go wrong?
Donnie.
Yeah. I picked up on that when I saw it on his shirt.
Lawsuit incoming.
I was like, oh man, look here.
He's kindly stepped up to establish order.
Understand this. I will not allow anyone, not even myself, to jeopardize this.
He will stop at nothing to
I mean, I'm gonna say it. It's a
permanently control the
nitpicky
city.
comment. I don't really care, but like the voice dub over the mouth movements, like that didn't.
It's rough.
That didn't go well at all.
The only opportunist who's
I don't
taken a
care.
liking
I've
to
played
this
1,000
fair
games
city.
just like it. But
Yeah.
Meet Mary Kelly, head of the most powerful
I mean, you
crime
could
syndicate
easily
in
tell it's a
London.
Ubisoft game with that.
yeah,
dub
the moment we started talking, I was
She and
like,
her goons are using
well,
the dark web to sell
have you watched
everything from
Ju-on
party
on
pills
Netflix
to
yet,
people.
Josh?
No.
No, I haven't.
It's completely like dubbed, just like that.
I would watch it in Japanese anyways.
Oh, okay.
You do not
But
want
yeah,
to ruffle
I hear you.
feathers.
I have a tough time. Growing up as a huge
With
Jackie
the
Chan
city
fan,
out on its arse,
I have a
it
hard
now
time
falls on
watching
you to
English
build a
dubbed
resistance
versions
and take back
of any
London.
movie.
It's tough. Like I'm watching it because and just because that's the way it was.
Any
I don't even know
of
if
the
I
brave
turn off. I don't even know if I
Londoners you see
checked.
walking the streets
But
can be recruited
it's
into
definitely
your
like
team,
cringy at times. Just like
him.
There's definitely been times where you don't have a
Or
choice
even
and you
her.
have to watch it already.
everyone
There's
can
Grandma
become
with a
your
taser.
next
Grandma.
secret
Everybody
we
loves
go.
Grandma.
And a handgun.
That's the grandma that's buying video games.
We need to get
I
some
hope
She's
there's
the
like
one.
a-
Nigel Cass.
hope there's
She's
like
going,
an
I'm finally
achievement for
represented.
grandma.
I so hope we can go into a store and be like, which Xbox do I need to buy? Like, I'm so confused.
Here are people we have recruited from the
In
streets
real life
of
or in the
London.
game?
They all have unique abilities, and you're free to tackle this mission with whoever you like.
That's interesting. So you recruit all these people, you do their origin mission, they're part of your crew, and then you can choose to be whoever you want on your next mission. I think that's pretty cool.
Wonder how many you can do or store. How many
Especially like their construction worker now, maybe it's important the location, and you can see like if the area is like legitimately under construction and stuff like that. That would be super cool if they did that. I don't think that they will, but that's interesting. I don't know how big of a fan I am of riding
And who
drones.
needs a regular old gun when you have a bloody nail?
freaking drones.
Oh, he has a nail gun.
What the heck? Who is this guy?
That's pretty cool. Apparently goes through military helmets, but
Apparently.
I'm okay with
Perhaps we could approach this mission
getting that one
differently.
slide.
If you
Military
want to
grade
keep your
nail gun.
distance, we've got you covered.
Are they gonna do it with the grandma?
Amy is a drone expert,
What have we here?
a real tech connoisseur.
Hate spiders, but love this one.
This is my type of gameplay.
Adorable creepy
That's pretty cool.
crawler.
It's nice to give you the option to tackle missions.
A drone expert
However you
does
want.
have the unique ability to summon their own drone. This little darling is fast and stealthy.
She aimed, she fired, she hit.
I'm reading incoming drones.
I wonder if that commentary is in the game as you play like that. Where she's like, she aims, she fires, she hits.
She can also hack enemy
That's some
drones,
character
turning
too.
the tide in her favor. And if you are not into direct confrontation, there are more ways than one to get the job done. Recruiting an Albion officer
Oh,
like
God,
Miles
he looks
here might be
creepy.
challenging, but it'll get you inside restricted Albion areas.
Don't
Oh.
mind me. Just doing recon for a bunch of insurgents.
However, do anything
like that.
suspicious and she'll probably wind up with a bullet in the back of her head.
You've been approved for entry.
We're missing the human
Don't crouch,
element
you're in your
here.
own building.
I can get the defense minister on the line right now.
If you feel you must.
Sorry, guys, I got a family thing, so I'm kind of.
Deal.
Do
with
what
it.
you
I
need to
knew
do,
it.
man.
Boom.
Criminals running our streets.
Check my phone too.
Illegals threatening our families. The police commissioner himself. Assassinated by terrorists.
Well, that seems to be enough evidence. Next up, we're crashing Mary Kelly's organ farming operation and putting a stop to it.
That's good. The buyers expect high quality stuff.
And we need a hard nut for this.
Impairing our frontal lobe again, are we?
Bags, don't disturb me in my natural habitat.
Say hello to Mickey. The man lives
Got a good
for his
sense of
team
humor. I like that.
Put another hair on the chest.
and doesn't mind
I'm,
getting his
I'm
hands
still
dirty.
coming into this not liking Watch Dogs 1 at all. And
I don't like Watch
bought-
Dogs.
I bought Watch Dogs 2 on Xbox on like deep discount recently. But I only really
He
played
does have a
the
slight drinking
opening
problem,
mission where you like become a watchdog.
Yeah.
So I haven't
And
really
he's
played
lost
more
out.
of it.
Ah, well,
But the fact that we get it
come
for
back to
free
you know what?
today on
Let's go with someone a
PC,
bit
I
more
think means
professional.
I'll probably play it on PC instead.
You gonna try to play it again?
And I'm gonna give it a shot, but
It never.
I'm
It's
literally
never
playing
hooked
Destiny
me.
2 right now, so I have
I didn't
time.
like the the first one. I really didn't like, and I hated the driving controls.
Yeah.
The second one I thought was better, but I don't have that love that Haley and Deb and Kevin have. Like they love it. Like,
Gotcha.
it's like their favorite. One
I
of
know
their
at the
favorite games
time-
is Gin.
Some might even call
I
it
got frustrated because the map was basically an Assassin's Creed map,
Yeah.
but now that appeals to me, and then it didn't, because I had
That's
just
interesting.
played, hundreds of hours of
All
Assassin's
over the
Creed
place.
games.
Yeah.
I always feel like it's like Assassin's Creed Light, but it doesn't. It never feels like it. I never like the combat. It always is like a little kind of floaty in my. I don't know.
Yeah. I want to like this game. They're doing a lot of cool things that we haven't seen in video games before. So I want to like it. I might just skip 2 and just.
I like the
right
puzzles in 2. Thought that was good.
I need to try out 2, definitely. If I can get the freaking game on Uplay.
I think if you just launch their launcher for this live stream, I think you're automatic.
Yeah, that's all you gotta do. You just open Uplay while this live stream is up.
There's a little tab up top that says like, watch this.
But didn't they add it to PlayStation Plus too?
I think so, yeah.
Is it on
I
Game
got it on
Pass?
Xbox.
Yeah.
I have it on Xbox.
Yeah, I have it on Xbox as well. We can always play on Xbox, Garrett. I'm up for it.
Sounds good. We can play anywhere.
I'm just interested in seeing this, you know, taking over the people and recruiting all that. That's a really cool mechanic. I definitely want to see what that's like.
Yeah.
My name's Amanda Munt. I'm a level artist on Watch Dogs Legion at Ubisoft Toronto.
Level artist. That's the job I want.
The coolest job in video games because we do get the freedom to kind of like pick and choose what little details we want to depict, and we get ample opportunities to tell the stories that we want to tell in the spaces that we're assigned to.
But I don't want to be a level artist in a
and,
real life
Easter eggs.
place. I want to be a level artist in a fictional place, so I don't have to make everything exact to detail.
You better get started on your Mario Maker profile.
There may or may not be something.
Hey, I've made plenty of Mario Maker levels. I just don't have the confidence to share them.
Some of the people that I was showing our demo to were from London, so no matter where I dropped them in the city, they'd go, "Oh my God, this feels like Camden. This feels like Southwark. This feels like Westminster."
Yeah, see,
when people are talking about
I don't want that.
Some detail that I've
have
put
to
into
be
the world and they're excited about it.
real
That
life
feels
realistic.
So good as somebody who
Yeah, you gotta walk around the town and take a bunch of pictures and then go back and remake it.
Even in the trailer, I saw places I've been to in London in the trailer.
Yeah.
So it really stuck out to me, which is good on them, but no thank you.
And now some
Brawlhalla.
I did not expect that we would see Brawlhalla today.
And a main show.
With your favorite legends
Well, we can play for free.
iOS and Android devices.
iOS and Android.
Oh, coming to handheld. That explains why.
Could they add a fighter that you'd be really excited about? Scorpion
They added
for Brawlhalla.
Hellboy.
Hellboy.
Hellboy is an awesome addition. I don't like any of these fake characters they have here, though.
Yeah, Rayman.
Who are these people? No, they added Rayman. I'm cool with that. They added Hellboy. That's cool. They added someone else I liked, and I don't remember who it was.
Why does it have a season pass?
I don't know. They're doing this free-to-play kind of model with it.
Oh, gosh.
Season Pass makes me out. Immediately out. Destiny 2 added a Season Pass, and I'm like constantly looking at all the stuff I'm not going to
Oh,
do.
there's Adventure Time.
Finn and
I forgot their names. Oh my god.
oh my god, someone's gonna call me out on this. Jake and Finn. I just
Jake and
watched
Finn, yeah.
BMO today on the HBO Max series.
Oh, how is that?
It's awesome. It's very
Cool.
good.
Beloved fantasy franchises in gaming.
It's like 46 minutes long. It's like a full feature
Dang.
for
Tom
each
Clancy,
episode.
huh?
Tom Clancy?
Oh, no.
No, Might and Magic.
What the heck is this?
EOC. Why don't make me feel like it's
Skull and Bones, baby. It's now an action RPG.
Oh, this is a game that currently exists.
Oh, this is an MMO.
I didn't think they had an MMO. I thought it was an RTS. But
Might
maybe.
and Magic.
Oh. It's also coming to the phones.
Of course.
I think it's already on the phones, right?
Oh, it must be the phone.
That's what it looks
Never
like.
heard of it. Now, I'm going to say this is a misstep. Who did we see do the phone thing? EA with Command & Conquer?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that was so bad.
Don't put that in your presentation.
Well, Bethesda with Diablo Mobile.
Well,
right?
Blizzard, yeah.
Blizzard, sorry. Blizzard.
Yeah, and they got eaten alive for it.
Blades.
And it still hasn't come out.
Bethesda.
Yeah, Blades was
That's
Blizzard.
what I was thinking about. Thank you.
Okay, if this is another mobile game. Hashtag Elite Squad. I can tell what the game is already. It looks like Team Fortress.
It does.
Yeah.
Which I'd be down for. I'm
then
upset
it's on
that I was so late on Team Fortress. I didn't play Team Fortress until I met Jason.
Really?
I didn't know what it was. Like, I knew what it was. I knew it was in the orange box, but I never played it. Right? I didn't know what it was.
But even on the orange box, that was 10 years later than the game came out.
I know. And then when I actually played it one night, I had a blast. I played it for like 3 hours. I was like, this is so much fun. Why don't we have more of these?
Target northeast rooftop.
Roger. Inbound, danger close.
I need an EMP deployed now.
EMP imminent.
This dude reminds me so much of like Devil's Third.
Get back in your
Ooh.
Oh, there you
Ooh.
go.
I can hear the internet hype. They're so excited.
It doesn't even matter what the game is anymore.
Oh man.
Don't make me regret this.
Sam Fisher is kind of back.
Sorta.
Boy. Tom Clancy's Elite Squad.
Huh.
App Store, Google Play.
Oh,
Play on your
no.
phone.
The mobile
Get excited,
game.
guys. What are you talking about? Sam Fisher.
Get these games out of the way.
I better see as much hate as Bakugan got. Okay? I better see all the same amount of hate out there.
So much disappointment.
Twitter, you better don't let me
Everyone
down.
who's been waiting for Sam Fisher is not happy with that. It's just they're just skinning a
Siege.
character in a mobile game.
Yep.
Siege time.
That game has done so well for itself.
A small team released Rainbow
Listen,
Six
Ubisoft supports their games, and
They do. They don't quit.
Rainbow Six Siege is like a huge benefit from that. And I still stand by For Honor being an amazing game that no one's playing. And they're supporting that just as much as Siege.
I like Siege. I just suck at Siege. I like, you know what? I'll give credit to Siege in a way that I don't think I've ever given credit before. I really enjoy watching people play Siege.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun to watch.
If
More
Lobo is still watching, I can agree with you. I played Siege with Lobo and his crew, and the only reason why I didn't revisit Siege is because I didn't feel good enough.
Yeah, no, I'm the same way. I'm not good enough for this.
To those people.
But like, I can't stand watching people play like Legends or Overwatch or Destiny. Like, none of that does anything for me. But and I've never been into competitive gaming to begin with. But I watch people play Siege, especially if they have an announcer who kind of bounces around and shows me the different angles the teams are taking and stuff. I think it's kind of entertaining to watch. It's very strategic.
Through it all, we're always driven by you, our community. And together, we grow stronger.
There is no sequel plan, and we're here for the next 10 years, so expect more Rainbow Six in your life.
Alright,
for quite
during
some
this,
time.
I'm going to refresh. I'll be right back.
So far, I'm going to give the show 5 out of 10. Not enough dancing bears. Right?
No Just Dance yet. Or do you think it's gonna be in here?
Oh, it's gotta be.
It's gotta be.
Or maybe Just Dance has just gotten to that point where it's like it's inevitable. It just is. It just is.
Yeah.
So they just quit announcing it.
60 million players
Just
strong.
Dance 2021 coming to Wii.
I really, really would love to hear them say, and I mean this, I would love to hear them say that Just Dance is dropping their
From the
dumb
devs that build the
rental
game
battle
to the
pass thing that they have.
community that plays it.
Have you played
Oh,
a Just Dance game?
Thank you.
lately?
No, I haven't.
It's gotten away from you buying like music that you can own and play forever into like these passes. So you give them $3 and you can play for the day or something.
Yeah.
So it's got like 30 songs on it, or you can give them some money and you can play for 24 hours or a week or a year. There's an annual pass. You can just play all the songs for a year for like $50.
Multiplayer shooter.
So it's like a subscription-based thing within their game.
But of course, you also have to pay for the game.
Yeah.
You also have to buy the game. I hate that.
I don't know.
It just feels like such a nickel and dime racket. Josh picked the right time to leave. Josh, go back. Don't. Josh, go back. Go get something else.
I only missed the thing I didn't want to see.
Literally, right as you were walking in your room, I was like, Josh left at the right time, and then I heard a can pop, and I was like, no.
Are they adding story to this?
Some lore to it.
It's not going to be Apex. Like, this is a game made for people.
Dude, this game looked nuts.
Want different from Apex.
I watched people play this the day that the demo and everything was happening. This was the first time a video game made me feel old.
Yeah.
I was like,
someone
I
even
can't
said-
do this.
I watched a stream too, and a guy goes, he died, and he goes, "That's it? That was the whole game?" And I was like, "Oh, that's not a good take."
He was whoever I was watching was good. He was so fast. He would just run down the street and then hop over a building, shoot somebody like while in the air, land on like on a windowsill, jump onto a rope. I was like, "What is happening?"
That kind of makes me think of my experience with that demo on Steam with the samurai dude with a sword.
Yeah, that one was fun, and it's.
But then I didn't realize you only have one shot, one death. Like you get shot, you die. And I was like, "Oh, this game is terrible for me." I get shot all the time.
But then you can like revive yourself on the map.
Oh, you can. Okay.
Yeah, you die and then you go to a certain like respawn point in the map where you can respawn. Yeah.
Caroline says Just Dance 2021 postponed due to COVID because they can't get the dancers close enough together to record it. It'd be funny if they did it in
out on the
masks.
Wii though, so that's a good thing.
I was talking to Garrett about how I would like to hear them drop their dumb subscription pass thing that they're doing in Just Dance, because I was buying that game every year for my daughter.
Too?
Oh no, yeah. So and here's the thing. So I bought Just Dance on Switch for Victoria.
Yeah.
You get like 30 songs on the game, which is not a lot, and then you buy like weekend or annual passes to unlock like 400 other songs. Like most of them are great. And it just ruined her desire to ever want to play it. You know.
Yeah, because you can't play what you want to play when you want to play it, which is the whole point of video games in general.
So she still plays our Just Dance on Wii U.
Good for her.
Because of the subscription thing.
That's rough. They gotta change that.
For me, what's exciting is we started building it from scratch, seeing it grow, adding ideas.
I mean, because we're talking over the stream and not actually recording, I feel like it goes without saying. Do you think any of the guys that got let go were in one of these pre-recorded interviews?
Based on what their statement was, I have to assume that someone says something.
It's like 2 weeks ago where they like, fuck.
Yeah, pretty much.
Damn it!
We'll let these guys go. Do not show their faces.
I could totally understand like that producer. He's like, gosh.
Well, they could make a CG person say the same words they say.
It's true.
Just put in like Terry Crews saying the same thing.
Exactly. See, yeah, I'm with you, Donnie. This game is just too fast.
I mean, I don't say that, like, I know that people want it, and people were excited. When I watched them, they were happy to play it, and they were loving what they were playing. A lot of the commentary that I was hearing was they liked what they were doing, so I'm all for it, but this is way outside of my league. Like, dude, I can barely keep up with Fortnite. It's just the people laying down platforms and stuff. I'm like, yeah, I don't know what you're doing. And these people are like everywhere.
It's like 10 times faster.
Yeah, it's so much faster.
And
it reminds me of the jump from Unreal Tournament to Quake Arena, where they basically just took your regular old school deathmatch game and then they essentially just put on 5 times speed and 5 times jump, you know, and 5 times damage.
Oh gosh,
it really feels like about the same way. Like,
infinite ammo or stuff like that. So players.
But the fact that he just said they have like a low gravity event. That's pretty interesting. I like what they're doing with it.
Leave it to Ubisoft. I mean, I love Ubisoft. Don't get me wrong. What I'm about to say isn't a negative. But they are like the best at going, what sells in video games right now? Let's make the best version of that. They just kind of take everything like that and then they just do their own version of that genre.
This is a huge gamble, though. Like, in this landscape where you have Fortnite, Call of Duty, and Apex.
See,
like,
I disagree.
Why even dare enter that?
I disagree. I think I would feel more that way if I was one of those other people. I think Ubisoft goes, we can do... I mean, look at what they've done with Siege and other things. Like, they're like, we'll figure it out. You know?
They'll cut a piece of the pie. Definitely.
Yeah, I wouldn't be upset like for Epic, obviously, because I think they've got a lot of mindshare. But the other folks, I'd be a little concerned.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think Ubisoft, that's a good argument that they could be trusted. I just think of Bleeding Edge. I always think of Bleeding Edge when I think of people entering the competitive landscape. And then now I left Overwatch out, and I didn't mean to because, like, we're still we're still about to see Overwatch 2 this year.
And how is that going to go in a landscape with something like this and whatever
and
Destiny
if they come out at the
has?
same time, hyperspace is dead in the water.
You think so?
I think so, yeah, because you still have the people who want to try Overwatch.
Sure. I think Ubisoft has the manpower and the power behind them that they'll just stick with it until it turns the corner.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I'll try it, but if it's not good, I'm done.
Like, sure. I'm not even going to try it. I'm defending a game I'm never going to play. I watched this game for 5 seconds, was like, oh no.
It's really
It
smart.
comes out today. It comes out today. They just said an open beta.
Wow. And it's free too. That's the big thing that they, trying to get people in. Is like, hey, let's make the battle pass free and get people in and have an audience.
I can't wait to let Jack play it. I'm going to download it and let Jack play it.
So the second you pick a character, you see them in game.
Yeah,
you understand what their motivations are and what drives them
you
and
play
what
as
challenges
of
them.
course crashing.
Oh,
This
I've
was
tried
the
every
first
time.
lineup of characters. This is our default base, but even starting from the hair down, everything has been meticulously thought of. Would this person actually like this type of outfit? Would this person enjoy the type of tattoos that we're putting on them? Will they actually like to be in this body? Each season, we plan to produce new outfits for these characters. So we're hoping some of our players are gonna see the effort and maybe even correlate some of the accessories to what's gonna happen in the game. We're very excited to see it in
Well,
real
it's
time.
nice they have the ability to customize your character, but I'm sure it isn't free.
As we move into the next generation of gaming,
Yep. New
Ubisoft has
skins.
been working closely with console makers to take advantage of all the extraordinary capabilities these new consoles will offer.
Now we have a special guest to tell us a little more.
Go console.
Hey everyone.
Special
Phil
guest.
Spencer from
Ooh.
With Watch Dogs Legion.
He's just
I'm literally
everywhere.
everywhere. Yeah.
Smart delivery. So you will get the absolute best
smart
version
delivery.
of the game.
Yay,
any
smart
version of
delivery.
Xbox you're
Oh,
playing.
good. Oh, smart delivery.
On Series
Yes.
X,
That's what we want.
You'll get to take advantage of the amazing work the team has done with DirectX ray tracing to create an absolutely immersive version of London like you've never seen before. Ubisoft has a unique ability to create immersive worlds, setting a new bar that continues to drive our industry forward.
His eyes blink a
I'm
lot.
a huge fan of Assassin's Creed.
It's very distracting.
He's the blinker.
Doesn't he live in California?
And I can't
Yeah,
wait
that's true.
for you to see the gameplay.
He may just be stoned.
That's what I was getting to. That's what I was getting at. He's like, "What's up,
You've been waiting to
Ubisoft?"
hear more about this game since it was announced back in April. And now it's time for a deep dive into the world
Yeah.
of Vikings.
Since you guys said we were getting gameplay and we didn't.
And I'm the producer of
That's
Assassin's
true.
Creed Valhalla. So a couple of weeks ago, we announced Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and the reaction from the fans was just amazing. The time period of Vikings
Not that good.
is
Oh, okay.
really inspiring. When we did our research, we found that, they were not mindless barbarians. Vikings were actually
Donnie, did you see the
farmers
Far Cry
trying to find new
sale?
lands for them to settle.
No.
And so they had really
Far Cry 3
ridiculous.
is $3. Far Cry 4 is $6. Far Cry 5 is $9.
All on Uplay?
On Uplay.
Yeah.
That's
Separate ourselves from the
insane.
myths and the folklore is really something that drove us to make this
Log
game.
into the account.
The team
Jesus.
went to Norway and England.
It won't let me log into my account.
It's
I'm not even gonna try while I'm streaming in front of all this. I don't want Uplay to bring us down.
Then leaving Norway, which is
Yeah, I don't see hyperspace anywhere.
Wasn't it
I'll get
Ubisoft that
I'll
one
get it
time,
over.
Josh? Didn't they like ban everybody that streamed their event? Was it Ubi?
Yeah, that happened to you. You got that happened to PSVG, I should say.
You know,
Oh,
I
I'm in.
was telling
you guys
Garrett
streamed
and
it.
Rebecca about the better than speed thing that we did with Caro, the hashtag
Yeah.
better than speed and that whole thing. And yeah, I just now remembered. I was like, there was that one time we got blocked on YouTube. I forgot all about that.
Streamed reactions to the Ubisoft event, and everyone on YouTube got banned.
Yeah, they banned like 1 million people.
That's
It's
insane.
either a male or a female. You decide when you start the game. They will have to leave.
Okay,
Norway to
guys,
settle
what do
in
you got? You
because
playing a male or
you just
female
can't live in
Viking?
Norway anymore.
I think I'm gonna go with a male
There's too
Viking.
much Political pressure.
I'll try
no
male
resources
first.
The
available.
reason being, I was thinking about this earlier with Cyberpunk actually. The reason being, I've played so many games
Obviously,
as
in
either a
England,
female protagonist or
it's full of
starring a
Anglo-Saxons
female
and other
protagonist that
people,
now I think I'm ready to
and they
like
don't really want to
swing
there. So
back the
you'll
other
have
way a
to
little bit.
fight your way there to kind of
Yeah.
build
So I
your
think
own
I'll play
settlement and see your
Cyberpunk
plan
and
prosper.
Valhalla as a male.
All right, Hyperspace is
Vikings
live
were
on the
brutal
Ubisoft
warriors.
page. Activate now, it says.
Nice.
But I can't click it.
And the fact that they were mastering a lot of
I wonder if I could
weapons
do it through the
coming
app on
from
my
the
phone.
medieval times
Don't they have an
really
app?
inspired us
Yeah,
to
they do.
revamp
do
the
they?
fight system
That'd be smarter than
to leverage
trying to
the
do it on the computer.
brutality and the intensity of
Like,
Viking combat.
I'm
I
loading
want to
the
see
score right
gameplay.
now.
Like I appreciate what he's saying and all that, but it's like I
Were
get it.
not
I
only
understand
fighting
Vikings.
face-to-face. They were
Yes,
masters of
I
stealth
agree
and
with you.
deception when needed.
Stop talking
They
to
used
us.
basically
Oh,
any sort of
continue.
tactics they could
Download.
use.
Stories currently
So we wanna
unavailable.
portray the full
Hold on, I'm
range
in.
of
Downloading
combat
now.
that you can imagine
Dang.
coming
I
from the
will be
Vikings.
playing Hyperspace tonight after more of the video games.
I'm gonna let
Hyperscape.
Jack play.
Hyperscape, not Hyperspace.
I was like, space?
Good call.
We are
I prefer to be
very
playing
happy
Hyperspace.
to finally be able to show you the game we've all been working on. So please.
I need to formulate an
enjoy
opinion,
this
and I
deep
should at
dive
least play it before I
into Assassin's
decide
Creed Valhalla.
There is no
if I think it
Uplay
stinks.
app.
Oh, there's no Uplay app. Oh, never mind. You could try the browser.
Yeah, as I say, can
Here
you
you go,
claim
Donnie.
it through a
In-game
browser?
footage.
Yeah, you
In-game
can probably-
footage, work in progress.
In Assassin's Creed Valhalla,
We're seeing.
This looks
we
about right.
relive the epic
Yeah.
saga of the Viking
It's all
invasion
dark.
of England.
I do love the
That
castle
alpha was on
siege.
par.
You play
I
as
do want to go
Eivor,
siege
a
castles.
Viking from Norway.
Do you remember the
Yeah,
360
no.
game that
Battle-hardened
had
warriors across the
castle
North
sieges
Sea
that was
to the
like
British
Dynasty
Isles.
Warriors?
Eivor is
No.
driven by an ambitious
No,
plan
not really.
to
But
build
I totally want a
Yeah,
battering
okay.
ram, and I want catapults, and I want to be able to like RTS move them around. I want to do all that.
Do we? Oh, this is cool. Do we have an active chat? I need someone in our chat to tell us the game
England is a
that was on the
dark age,
360
tangled of
that was like
broken kingdoms
Dynasty
and warring
Warriors, but had
dynasties.
castle
Land of
stuff.
opportunity and riches.
Anybody know what Josh is talking about? We got a lot of chat. We got Nathan's in the chat, Romain's in the chat, Q's in the
Nathan
chat,
should know.
Cosmos. We've got Fluxays around.
And blow
A
your
wild
should know
Flex
that.
appears.
I will shame him if he doesn't know. Yeah, this is like the alpha. It's pretty dark. I mean, it looks way better.
Yeah, as I
than
say,
the
this looks
video.
better.
That's pretty
Okay.
dark.
The lighting is better. So that's the thing that was missing, was the lighting. And this still looks a little unpolished,
The
even.
frames look choppy.
Yeah, because it's not ready yet.
battering down doors.
Do you think it'll be ready in what?
Stealing cargo
6
too
months?
heavy for one set
It was
of
smooth
Eh,
out
I
the
mean,
frame.
I never put it past them. They're not going to release something like this, right? They'll delay it.
I'm gonna say right now, Assassin's Creed Valhalla is March 2021.
I wouldn't be. Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me. But
At the
didn't
heart of your settlement is the alliance.
I thought the date didn't it already
It will serve as a
leak?
They gave us a date.
They leaked.
and a
But it's
guide
not.
for
I
future
mean,
opportunities.
how many times has
Yeah, of
has the
course.
date changed for
They gave us
Cyberpunk?
dates
That's
last
like-
year. None of them were right.
Time of warriors.
Yeah.
They were 0 for 7 last year.
In Valhalla,
Oh, this is
the
cool.
largest variety of
Witcher,
Combat
right?
looks like Odyssey, right?
Oh, yeah. I think I like Witcher because of the monsters as well. The monster hunt
Yes.
gameplay.
The monsters look so cool.
Oh man, look at this forest stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks great.
Dude, you know there's gonna be some flowers, some shit that you eat that you fight a monster. Like it's totally gonna happen. You're gonna
Yeah.
dream
Later on.
and fight something like
You
yeah.
must find and exploit your opponent's weaknesses to gain the upper hand.
It looks pretty good.
Shields.
Take the fight to your
Yes.
feet with a host of brutal new combat.
You know, with some Ubisoft polish and getting it ready and all that. Like it looks pretty good.
Whoa,
I'm excited.
beheading.
Wow.
Throw those tomahawks.
Hell
Oh,
yeah. That's dope.
Or finish them off.
Assassin's Creed 3 Tomahawks.
Ooh. Oh.
Dual wield any two.
Oh, they're definitely gonna go to North America with
deadly
DLC.
combination of attacks.
Wow.
That forest
killing the
was
Indians.
awesome. What I want to do is I want to do like some King
Content.
Arthur DLC shit or something.
King Arthur.
Yeah. Did they rumor that?
I have no idea.
Did I hear a rumor about
I
Excalibur?
heard about King Arthur, yeah.
Let me go be Beowulf. Like
All combinations
Beowulf
of
would be
weapons
great.
are
That
Yeah.
fits more than King Arthur.
including 2 shields.
I would hate to go to America. That's like the least
Really?
of what
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
looking
we're
for.
already stuck here.
I wouldn't
yeah,
put it past them though. Oh my gosh, that looks so good.
In this
hyper
new
violent.
land, a Viking must find a way to adapt.
Ooh,
As
excuse me.
Eivor is not
Yeah,
welcome
stealth.
in England,
So
is
we're
bad.
actually doing
you need
stealth?
to outsmart your enemies avoiding unwanted.
I feel like in Assassin's Creed, they always give you the illusion of being able to play stealth, but it just takes someone half a second to notice you, even in your cloak or however this game's gonna make you. Like,
You gotta
and
really.
then you have to fight 50 guys off.
You gotta really commit to that if you want to play that way. I never play that way. I want all the tomahawks and stuff.
Exploration is vital to keep
That
yourself sharp.
that is what I'm here for.
Looks so good.
I gotta Google that game. We didn't get any help in the chat.
Oh damn.
Alright, I'm gonna find it.
Nathan, he's talking about it. Romaine is asking if it's Blade Storm.
No, it's not Blade Storm.
Damn, if that's not a video game name. I don't know what Blade Storm
No,
is,
I mean,
but that sounds
is
like a video game.
Yeah, that is a game.
The more of England's secrets you reveal.
I think I'm just more into this setting than I was the Greek one.
No, I totally get you with that.
But as you push deeper into England, the enemy.
Oh, now we're talking about sieges.
In a series of climactic
This looks so good.
There's the battle. There's a battering ram. Yes, dude, I want to do this. This is all I really want to do. I just want to raid castles.
Just destroy that door.
Just think about like taking over like an entire region. You have like 12 castles under your command.
Yeah.
Just like I own this place.
It reminds me of like, you know, Black Flag, where you're just like trying to take down forts.
Yeah.
Haunted lands, inspired by Norse myths.
There's your
definitely mythological.
There's your magic stuff.
And surprise. With unforgettable characters.
Ooh.
Thrilling triumphs and tragic losses.
The character models, like in talking and stuff, still not
the best.
Yeah, not bad by any means, but not.
Ooh. Mortal Kombat.
But some of the scenes and some of the settings they show, especially all that like that deep forest stuff, all the countryside, like I'm here to walk all over all of that.
And I'll wait about a year for them to work out the kinks on patches on PC. Then I'll be good.
Assassin's Creed Valhalla will release this holiday season on Xbox Series X, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, PS4, PC, and Stadia.
Epic.
We're close to wrapping up today, but before we go, our CEO, Yves Guillemot, is here to share a few words.
I hope you will have enjoyed what you have seen today.
We're
and that
over?
You will love playing these games.
That's crazy.
Yep. We're done.
Proud of our teams for
We're gonna get the Far Cry as the one final thing, right?
Broad and
I bet we don't.
lineup of games.
You bet we don't?
And we haven't shown you everything yet. In fact, we have a lot.
Every time I see him, I think of Nintendo now, because he always introduces Miyamoto in there.
Upcoming games. But before ending this show, we have one more thing to share with you.
Wow.
I hear my son
Far Cry.
coming in the nuts. Set up.
No, that's...
Yeah, it is. Yeah, Giancarlo Esposito. Kingdom Under Fire. That was the game.
Deep cut.
Yeah, it shows my age. I should have been looking at the actors' names to see if I knew anybody else.
I mean, I'm all in. I loved Far Cry 5. I'm all in, but we'll see if it's just Far Cry 5 or if I actually like Far Cry or not.
So the rumor is prequel to 3?
Right, I saw that.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess depending on the time period,
You'll see what turns Voss so wrong.
Yeah.
See, I
never played 3, so I don't even know.
I didn't like it, but it was so old. You know, like by the time I played it, it was so old and everything. You know, I should go back and try it again.
Try the new version.
I tried it when it came out, when it released, and I had all kinds of technical issues on Xbox. Tons.
Oh, really?
All the lighting was messed up. It kept like flickering, and like I remember I was taking screenshots and stuff at the time to show people. I'm talking like I tried it like the day it came out.
We're literally just watching the opening sequence, which means they have it done. This is the opening credits of the game. Sounds like, what can we show for Far Cry 6? Well, we get that title card done. Let's just show that.
Cool.
Gas clearly is going to be an issue. Yes.
I was hoping we get more than that.
Yeah, me too.
All right.
Cool.
Looks like we so good.
It's beautiful, Migo. Perfect, but useless. I have something for you, Diego. Give me your hands.
Papa.
Now, the grenade is
a live grenade.
It has 4 basic parts. The shell, which contains the explosive, the fuse, the handle, and of course...
Caroline's losing it. She's a big fan, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing?
Of Giancarlo or
Yeah.
Far Cry?
Ooh.
Because he's a great actor.
Yeah, I told my wife that he's in it, and she was like, "That's really, really cool."
It is only when you let go that this grenade goes boom. Follow me.
Oh my gosh.
Now,
Now, let's cut the gameplay.
I am El Presidente.
Oh, what a great opportunity they had.
You will be El Presidente.
You have to walk with your hands in the right and left bumper to hold the grenade down.
They are torn apart by opinions, noise, indecision.
Q says this is also how I became a man.
By their own.
They call the police.
Even if you want
Q, where are you right now?
if you only want to save them from themselves. They will hate you,
He's gonna blow up
Whatever you
protesters.
say,
Yep.
do, believe,
Oh.
will be wrong.
Well, the tension is there.
Story could have went a really weird, different direction.
Yeah, the end. Far Cry 7.
They will answer you with screams.
They did a great job on the CGI for him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, every time I keep looking at Ellie now, and all I see is Ashley Johnson, and I
Oh,
never
yeah?
saw that before. So I think they did a great job with that as well.
Are you evil?
That's the biggest issue with the casting for the new show is how much those of us that come in with history can detach.
You kind of have to let go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because our country is like this grenade, except it has 2 basic parts.
That's great CGI.
And you must clutch them nice.
Buddy, it's gonna be like Far Cry 6, July 31st.
God, he's so good.
When I first saw the first screenshots and everything, I had like this Havana cartel
Yeah.
drug lord thing going through my head. I was like, "Oh man, that sounds awesome."
Yeah.
The tension.
February.
There we go. We got a date. February 18th.
Did they date Watch Dogs? I don't remember.
No.
I don't think they did.
Oh, no. Maybe.
And with that, we're wrapping up our
Maybe I
first
overlooked it.
Ubisoft Forward. Today, we've seen the next generation of Assassin's
Is
Creed.
it annual?
The birth of
Is a
resistance
first
in Moscow's
Ubisoft
Legion,
forward.
The cyber chaos of Hyperscape. And the epic reveal of Far
Ooh,
Cry's newest
hang on, let me check
installment.
this out.
Along with so
Hyperscape
much
has
more.
already installed for me.
Assassin's Creed
We'll be
Valhalla
back
gameplay
later this
demo.
year with another Ubisoft Forward filled with tons of game
What is
news and
this?
updates.
Thanks for joining us.
Donnie, another Ubisoft Forward this year.
Wow.
He just said.
The world we live in now.
Oh,
Oh.
PC gameplay.
Assassin's Creed Valhalla out November 17th. coming soon in quotes to next gen.
My name
So
is
not out the same
Ubisoft.
day.
This is Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Does that mean next gen
We're gonna
consoles
take a
launch
deep
later than
dive into
that?
About 30 minutes of gameplay.
No, I
and
don't.
joined by a very special
I
guest
wouldn't
here.
think so.
Hey everyone, this
You
is
sure?
Philippe Bergeron, otherwise known as
Later than
Fizz.
November
I am the
17th?
quest director on Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
That would be really
We're
rough.
setting up here for what looks like an epic encounter.
They need it
Tell us
on Black
exactly what's
Friday.
going on here.
Yeah, so here
Yes.
we're midway through.
Especially if that's so close to console launches. I don't understand the date. I don't
wanna
understand
get
any
into
game
wording of
releasing
it.
in November that isn't next gen console exclusive. Like, why release in November?
We had 2 million viewers on this thing.
On our chat? Good God. Good for us.
PSVG is launching.
I'm trying to find anything on those dates because it was a little confusing.
Basically caused a lot of turmoil within the territory, and Oswald, who's
Yeah, it says like the little trailer that they're releasing on YouTube says Valhalla arrives November 17th, coming soon to next gen consoles. So it's not out the same day on both.
So my assumption with that statement would be is they don't want to give you an idea of the dates for next gen consoles yet. And I bet they change that when we get dates. And then they say like coming day one to PlayStation 5.
It makes sense.
Like that would be my guess. Like they aren't allowed to say when. And coming soon implies like
until the platforms are actually dated.
Yeah, it's anywhere from that day to the
That makes
future.
sense.
I feel like that's what it would be.
Cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
Someday Nintendo pioneered the way with directs. Yes, they did. And everybody's doing it.
Well, I mean, Nintendo can't take credit for a global pandemic, but yes.
No, they can take credit for global
People copy the
digital
model
event
from
distribution
Nintendo.
because
The
I mean,
working
I
model.
would defend them there because they took hella amounts of shit when they started the directs. Tons. IGN, Polygon, Kotaku. There were people saying that, like they can't stack up at E3 anymore. They're not in the competition. Like they really got beat over the head when they decided to do that.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
now everybody's doing it.
Yeah, people are hard on Nintendo, and that's Nintendo's fault, and not in a bad way. It's just that's how Nintendo handles their games and how they output information. And then EA followed, and then Microsoft followed for E3. Like, you know, who cares what IGN says? Like, if the game industry is following Nintendo, that's all that matters.
Man, they have to face a wolf and a boss.
Yeah, this combat is
Ooh.
AC Odyssey defined.
Definitely.
Literally the first fight in Assassin's Creed Odyssey, just with a wolf. That's
true.
not a bad thing. That's like you're sticking to what's working.
Oh yeah.
One of my preferred strategies is to eliminate the wolf first. Just focus fire on him. It takes at least
Yeah, the format's very Odyssey.
Yeah, very, very similar. Which is like, it gives me confidence that they're sticking to what they're good at.
So no Just Dance, no Gods and Monsters,
Shucks.
no Mario Rabbids, no
Skull and Bones,
no Skull and Bones.
no Beyond Good and Evil 2.
Yep.
However, they did say we are getting another Ubisoft Forward event this year, which means maybe they had so many things they had to choose from that they decided to do a second event instead of making this over an hour long.
It's possible. And they want to talk about things in detail. They don't want to take away from anything.
Their E3 presentation is usually like an hour 40.
Yeah.
This is like
It was
an
very
hour
long.
100.
Yep.
They brought devs in and interviewed them, and it was long and drawn out.
So yeah, good on them. I don't know that I don't know about you guys. I don't know that I saw anything today that
Fine.
blew me
How does I
away
expect
or surprised me.
Yeah, I'm excited about Valhalla. I know it needs a little polishing, but I expect that they'll do it. I think it looks really good.
Yeah.
I'm more
I think-
excited today about Valhalla than I was before.
But I think it meets expectations, right? Nothing
Sure.
that you saw from Valhalla.
No, I'm not like over the moon about it. I'm not blown
right,
away.
like surprised you. Like, oh, good, we're back on horses.
That looks like Witcher. that looks like Witcher to me. Oh my gosh.
So let's actually rewind and see how we
Some of the settings and some of the backdrops that I saw in their like little cutscene montage of the different settings you play in Valhalla, some of that got me. That got me pretty good.
It looks great. The scenery, they nailed it. Like desolate village. I love everything about it. My only problem for me is Odyssey and Origins aren't Assassin's Creed games for me anymore.
That's true. I understand that feeling.
So as much as I want to love them and I try and I dedicate time to them, but it's just not my Assassin's Creed. And
I agree.
I just need to get over that from my aspect. Like Ubisoft's moving forward.
So that's how I feel about The Last of Us 2.
Yeah.
I just need to get over it.
Well, yeah, you
I
get
need to
different
let it go.
Last of Us 2.
I was playing more of that last night.
Yeah. Dev finished it last night, and I got like a long list of comments in my DMs at like 3 in the morning.
Nice.
Yes, I'm excited he finished. One of our listeners tweeted at us, they're like, I'm at day 2, but the other side of day 2, and I'm like, oh boy, it's gonna get crazy. I can't wait to hear what's gonna happen to you.
Rebecca's boyfriend started playing, and she's been sharing me his thoughts, and he's like super angry, and he's only like 4 hours in. I was like, oh, it gets better.
Really? Only 4 hours in.
I was like, just wait. He's gonna really love it. She's like, are you being sarcastic? I'm like, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm being very, very sarcastic.
It's a
I
tough
think I'm like
life.
7-ish, 8 hours in.
Hours? Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I certainly don't want to ruin anything.
Yeah.
But man, you got a long. You got a.
It's
you
a
got
slog.
journey ahead of you.
It's a slog. It's an adventure, but it's. See, this looks great.
This looks so good.
This does look better than what we saw. Why wouldn't they show this gameplay earlier?
And I want to throw all the axes.
Yes, let's do it.
He just carries like 400 axes.
Yeah, he's just throwing axes.
They just conjure on his belt after he gets rid of them. Oh man, they're so good.
And then the shooting the people out of there. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, only if they give him the ability to recall an axe, like Kratos.
Yeah.
Thor.
It would be way more believable.
Eagle vision.
There we go.
What do they call it though? Does it have a name? Oh, wait.
Odin sight.
Odin sight.
Odin sight.
Which plays to the opening cinematic we saw originally, where he saw Odin.
Yeah.
On the battlefield. Oh, and he dropped them. He dropped those sledgehammers.
Sort of understanding the world and showing you like things that you can go and touch.
This one's gonna get me in the FOMO. I'm gonna try to hold off.
Yeah, you can save at least $30 by waiting.
I know. I'm gonna try.
I think I'll wait a year.
I hate that Destiny inventory. I hate all of it. The levels
That's why I need
and
to play on
the stupid little mouse UI and all of it. I hate all
I
of
don't
that.
like the mouse UI at all.
It's like everything's going that way. That's the new adopted like inventory UI.
But it doesn't work for consoles. It feels wrong.
And I just hate having like the different categories. Like that is one of the things of the new Assassin's Creed games I just can't get into is all of the. You just keep getting equipment after equipment after equipment. You just keep leveling up different colors. I'm like, I don't care. I just want to pick something that looks cool and let me play the game.
Yeah.
but then there's a whole swath of people out there that's like, that's boring. I need to level up. I need the RPG. I'm like, I don't. Let me Paper Mario this bit.
Wow.
Still gonna read reviews to see whether I get it or
Oh,
not.
look, it's the horn.
Yeah.
There we go. That's so cool. Put your mouth on there.
Yeah,
Everybody
man,
must
that's
die.
Coronavirus back then.
You play the whole thing. You play the whole thing, and everybody just dies.
Yeah, you're the main character. You blow in the horn. You get coronavirus. You die 3 weeks later. Game over.
Well, have you played Far Cry 4? There's like the first thing you can do is like you get into the villain's place And it's like, and the villain's like, wait here a moment, but you're supposed to leave. If you just wait there, the game will end, and we'll go to credits. Yeah,
Far Cry 5 does that too.
Yeah, Far Cry 5 has a scene where, if you, is it a spoiler, Donnie?
I don't think so.
No.
If you don't arrest Joseph Seed, the game ends.
Yep.
Oh, okay, cool.
You get an achievement for it too.
That's the very first scene of the game.
Got it.
You can just choose not to arrest him.
I guess it's just every Far Cry game now doing that.
I mean, it makes sense story-wise. For Far Cry 5, you're put in the position of a person who's...
See, this is the weak part. I'm sorry to interrupt you, Josh.
And you can be potentially swayed by the cult leader.
This is kind of the weak part for me for Assassin's Creed, like this look. Like all of the models, they kind of look like lifeless, like mannequins.
Yeah.
And they all kind of talk, and they all kind of do like the same like head thing, and while they're talking, it's just like...
For Far Cry 5?
No, I'm seeing right now on the Ubisoft
Oh,
stream.
for Assassins. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You see the white underlining that they have?
Odyssey, the character models were like lifeless when you talk to them.
Yeah. And which is, I don't want to go out asking for too much, right? Like, I'm not trying to be entitled, but like it always, that's the thing that pulls me out of the experience real fast.
I hate to give Jason Schreier any credit, but like, hey, maybe make Assassin's Creed 90 hours shorter and give your characters proper animation when you interact with them.
Yeah.
I get what they're doing. I 100% do. And because I said, like, it's not a game for me, I don't want to become, like, hyper space critical. But when you do a game this big, you kind of have to, like, make your character models be generic.
Yeah, they have like a whole randomizer modeler thing, right? And just kind of those features.
And then you have like one voice actor doing 19 characters, and they have to try to mix up their voice, and it doesn't always translate well either, because you can tell like who's phoning in a voice, or at least that's my experience with Origins and Odyssey. Everything just felt like the gameplay felt great, but everything else felt out of place. And you have so many interactions with people who are talking to you instead of just you getting a quest.
Yeah.
You have to listen to voice work and have to watch an interaction where you could avoid that just by text.
I actually would prefer it if I could. I'd prefer just to like get a sign and get a quest. And
I mean, I appreciate what they're trying to do, but if you can't dedicate the time and resources to perfecting that, just shorten it up, tighten it up. This looks great. The boat thing right here. Like they're doing a lot of work elsewhere. I hate that stupid things like me as Cassandra talking to people feels like there's so much more work put into my character than the person I'm talking to. And I think that's what makes it more obvious to me, is like your character is saying maybe 3 different options of things.
Oh yeah.
To whoever these people are. So those animations are fleshed out. Like,
yeah, and definitely like when you get in the cutscenes and everything, you see how good it can look. Like when they do it, you know, like this look. There are scenes. I remember the part where you reconnect with your brother, because I play as Cassandra too. Right, you reconnect and then you like kind of split up after you go into like the temple and all that, and you kind of get like the main quest. The whole cutscene looked great. And I was, that is it. Because when we get in those random encounters and you just kind of talk like with the models in the game, just like, it's okay. It's just, leaves a little bit to be desired.
Did you play Origins?
For about 10 hours.
So you remember the opening scene where Beck like looks over that landscape of this world. He's gone through the desert.
Yep.
He looks at over this gameplay potential world, and then all of a sudden you're kind of just in this world that looks beautiful, but every character model looked like a 3DO version of a character model. Where their mouth moves independently of their face.
Yep.
Their eyes are blank.
That was the Watch Dogs things earlier.
Yeah. So
blank is the word I was looking for. You're right. That's the word. They all have like this blank generic stare.
Yeah.
They look like mannequins. That's what I was meant by that. It's like they look like mannequins.
Like in a Kendrick show that I don't want to watch, where she has a relationship with a sex doll.
Oh,
who is just CGI over a sex doll's face, and it looks terrible. But
That's
it's
just great.
Max.
That's great. That's good.
So, but it's the same idea, like where you take that context out of it, but the idea behind it is we have a story we want to tell. We want to do it.
Jeff Grubb has an interesting tweet, Josh. Are you guys doing board with video games tonight?
Yes.
As CEO and president of Jeff Grubb's Summer Game Mess, I take zero responsibility for your disappointment, but I will remind you that Google Stadia Connect is about to save your summer.
Google Stadia Connect is about to save my summer.
What?
That's a
hot take right there.
I don't know if he's being sarcastic and it's funny, or if he actually
That would be
thinks,
really funny.
or if they actually have like a scoop or something that people don't know about.
When is that happening?
Tuesday.
Well, I'll tweet at Jeff Crab. I'll let you know how we feel next Sunday.
He's probably just being sarcastic and funny.
I'll bet my Stadia controller on it, which I actually gave to my son. I don't even have it.
Such a good controller. It's a
I
shame.
just gave it to him. He just destroys it.
Sure. It's a shame that like they made such a good controller. I would love to use that controller in other
my
things.
Chromecast is even a piece of garbage. I can't even do anything with it anymore.
Likes.
Such a bummer. I thought for sure I was on top with the Stadia Founders Bundle. I was like, I'm getting a controller and Chromecast out of it. Yeah, I don't use either of those. Oh, good. Donnie, there's fishing.
Sure.
Your favorite mini
You know, I'm not
game.
even gonna lie to you. Like if the next Fable, for example, looked like this, I'd be excited.
Yeah, but it would be Fable.
But it would
wouldn't
be different, right? It would be Fable.
Fishing in Assassin's Creed.
Where did the fish
I'm
go?
playing Animal Crossing.
Also catch some fish and consume that to regain some health. We also
Could you ever imagine trying to catch a fish with a rope?
You got to fish to heal. You got to fish to heal, Donnie. This is
Literally
this
just
is
eat the
losing.
fish.
Every time
in
I
front of
watch,
everyone.
every time I watch one of the Netflix series about Vikings or something like that, I'm like, just think anything, think whatever made me born in this century versus that century. Like, Jesus, it looks terrible. It's like you gotta catch fish, you sleep outside. Like, I'm such a man of luxury.
I'm not trying to come down on Valhalla, but like
I'm about to come down on Valhalla.
As a game designer, where do you draw the line at adding new features and I don't know, evolving your game? Where do you draw the line on that? Do you have to do this? Do you have to add like the campfires from Tomb Raider? Do you have to add fishing to gain health? Do you have to add hunting to craft armor? Like, where do you stop? Because
That's a
I just
$1 million
feel like,
question.
Yeah, so for me, it hit ahead with Grand Theft Auto San Andreas.
Mm-hmm.
You're telling me the character I'm playing, I have to go to the gym every day to stay in good health.
Yep.
I literally have to drive somewhere and eat to be healthy. At what point does your game become more of a chore than a game experience?
I think that's the part, right? You got to make sure that it doesn't become choreful. You got to make it fun, and you got to make
I got to
it.
ride a bike a hill in San Andreas to lose weight.
You got to make it. You got to make it enjoyable, and you got to make it seem like part of the experience and not something you have to do.
They put so much work into like we're watching these kids like have a conversation with their mother, I'm assuming, or parents, and how much does what you have to do in the game take away from like your genuine enjoyment of the story? Like, do you not ever experience the whole story because you found out because you didn't hit like a sea bass, you're gonna die, or something like ridiculous like that?
I'm reading the PR release for Far Cry,
Which cuts into my my excuse for playing games in dad mode, as I call it, which is I just play games on easy now.
Yeah. No, I mean, like, you don't want to waste your time. You want something that respects your time I understand like all these different features. I feel like a lot of these though could be optional, collectathon type of things. I don't know how much these are going to be really required, and that's Ubisoft games in general though, right? It's like you really don't need to do everything. You can mainline it. Oh, you can catch some. Yes, Assassin's Creed 3 and 4. Let's go. But yeah, no, I feel like it's more optional than anything else, and I think Ubisoft does that really well to make a lot of options for you.
That's true.
I feel like with Witcher though, you kind of need to do different things in order to like really get bounties down. Like you have to get certain abilities, certain magic going on. You can't just kind of do whatever you want. Sometimes it's very specific, where Assassin's Creed's like, you could do whatever you want. You could sneak in, as you could tell, or you could just barrage forts and just throw axes. And
so it's confirmed with Far Cry you can play as Danny Rojas, female or male. Does that ruin the Voss wannabe connection?
Is that what that character's name was?
Yeah.
Oh.
It says Danny Rojas, playable's female and male character. You will help stoke the fires of revolution through guerrilla warfare across the island of Yora, from verdant jungles to urban streets of the capital city of Esperanza. Sorry, it's small text. You'll use a powerful array of weapons and vehicles, build a network of allies to fight alongside you, including the Fangs for hire, like the Carrizo, a dangerously distracting wiener dog. Yes. President Castillo prepares his son Diego. Also, you don't play as Diego. My bad.
Yeah, you don't play as Diego. There you go.
Played by Anthony Gonzalez from Coco. To succeed him, you will do all you can to ensure his plans do not come to fruition. So yeah, I guess it could be.
Yeah, as long as Donnie, honestly, even if we were playing that spot, that person, depending on how many years were between 6 and 3.
That's a good point.
We live in a world where
you're right.
You could have been playing a transgender character.
Yeah,
and I think that would be just fine if they explained it.
He looks lovely.
It looks like a Telltale zombie.
Yeah, if we're not playing, that's less of a worry. But don't worry, the internet will show its true colors and ruin anything we enjoyed today.
I just assumed from the trailer that we would be playing as the kid because it was all focused on him, but I guess not.
I'm gonna guess the kid ends up being the bad guy.
Yeah, the kid's the villain, and probably kills you at the end.
In fact, the way Far Cry works,
at the end, his name is Voss.
We might just pick up when he's 25.
Maybe they remake 3 afterwards, or like
I could just hear the ending.
Well, I mean, like redo it, like maybe change it or retrocon it.
Well, I never played 3, so I think at least Garrett talking about it convinced me. Maybe I'll replay it.
3 is so good.
I want to try it again, but yeah, I had a lot of technical issues, and my issues with so this is weird. It's a weird thing for me to say because it's such a really minor detail, but I tried playing 4, for example, and Primal after Far Cry 5. So I love Far Cry 5. Played the mess out of it. And I told myself I'm going to go back and play Primal and 4. Primal didn't look great at all. Like
really?
compared to what I played in 5, it's almost like a last gen game. So I kind of jumped out of it for that, but I did play it quite a bit. 4, like all of the menus, this shit they're showing right now was like Hellblade.
That's really cool. Yeah.
All of the menus and like all of the because Far Cry, you do a ton of menus, right? You're constantly swapping weapons, changing gear, changing equipment or ingredients, crafting, and then all of the menu that you do on the back end. I felt like if you go back and play those games now and then play Far Cry 5, I had such an appreciation for how far they've come. I was like, man, this is so much better now. Whereas going back to 4, I was like, I don't want to keep doing this. And I think that's a big part of it. And it's such a tiny thing that has nothing to do with the game, but it does because you're constantly doing it. It might as well be combat because you're doing it just as much.
Right. It's a menus game.
I hear you for sure. But for me, Far Cry 5 was my first Far Cry game I ever played. So
same.
My expectations are like 0. So the fact that I rebought it on PC and got Far Cry 3 remastered or whatever, Like, why wouldn't I try to like revisit it?
I might try it again. Maybe it got patched. I think it did.
Yeah.
I think Kevin told me it got patched.
3 is very well worth it. Like the story's so good.
I'll never forget the video that I recorded. I bet I could find it on Twitter. I recorded a video. I went to like a cliff and looked at the ocean, and the ocean was blinking. Like it was changing colors. I was like, what is happening right now, guys? Like I was having, it was all lighting based. All of the lighting was just messed up on the X, and it went away. I remember, it's all coming back to me. It went away when I like lowered the resolution. It stopped.
Oh,
Hey, look at this cool thing you can waste your time doing in Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
You can
balance some rocks.
I would expect a man with a board game podcast to appreciate this Jenga-style minigame, Josh.
When you can physically do it, and you have actual control over it.
We're about to find that like they're about to sit down and play chess.
Yeah, that's like things.
I'd be down for that.
Like a Red Dead Redemption, sitting down in a bar and playing cards.
Yeah,
those things anger me more than Trump supporters online.
That's so funny. That's like my favorite part of Red Dead Redemption. I spent so much time playing cards.
People playing Gwent and Witcher. People playing games and games. I'm like, you could do this socially.
Nah, who wants that? Oof. People? Oh, yikes.
Yeah, sorry. I can't agree with you on that. You put me in a video game and you asked me to play a board game and a video game while things are going on and people are being killed.
Let's go play darts. Come on, cousin.
Yeah. Even Final Fantasy VII Remake asked you to play darts, and I'm like, no, why would I do this right now? People are dying. That's literally like if
Carson in the chat says the only game that interested him was this was Assassin's Creed.
Assassin's Creed? Yeah, I mean, I get it.
I thought Watch Dogs looked okay.
I think Watch Dogs looks good, but I really feel like...
Ooh, look at this. This is
a drinking mini game.
A grog game.
Yeah. Hey, guess what? I can drink in real life. Screw this minigame.
You do it at the same time, Josh. What are you talking about?
I love it. Josh's like, get this mess out of here.
The drunk effect, I can get that in real life.
And then play the game. It's like twice as
play the game.
Sea of Thieves really wore that one out for me. Hey, you're in a bar. You spawn in a bar. Get a drink. Oh, you're drunk.
Wobbly.
Ha 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 ha. Great. Let me go sail a boat. No one wants this.
Like, what is he talking to right now? Like, so. Ooh.
He's talking to this God of War reject.
I was just about to say he looks just like him, doesn't he?
Versus the Hellblade reject.
What if you just like walk across Kratos' cabin? There's like an Easter egg. He's just out there chopping wood or something. Sean's in the chat. He wants to know what we think. I was expecting to see more games, Sean, personally.
A little bit more.
I liked what I saw from Valhalla. I think it needs some polish, but I'm on board with what they've shown. Yeah. And I thought Watch Dogs looked like Watch Dogs. I don't have really an opinion either way. I'm not, I don't have an affinity for the series, so I don't want to tell you I thought it looked great or bad, or it's just kind of, it looked like what I expected it to look like.
I like how tight it was actually for the first time, because for the past few years with Ubisoft bringing in devs and like talking about their games,
we didn't launch a TV show. That was good.
Yeah, that's good too. It's the games that we expect. We didn't.
I wanted to see more from Far Cry, but it's okay that I understand why, but today I was hoping to see Far Cry and we didn't, so I guess that's a little bit of a disappointment.
Mm-hmm. So I'm okay with it. I really am fine with this conference.
Yeah, I think so too.
Or this digital event.
Sean, I would say I enjoyed it. But something we talked about before this even started was Ubisoft is usually the number 1 or number 2 show for me at E3.
This dude's getting his ass kicked.
I really don't think that they brought it this year. We didn't see any surprises. We saw a little bit too much of some games, and we didn't get like necessarily definitive dates, at least in the show.
Yeah.
You got to go searching, and like I literally only got the whatever the heck the name of the game is,
Hyperscape.
Escape. I only got the beta because I want to be able to formulate a constructive criticism about it.
Mm-hmm. What if they let you play cards in there?
Yeah, why not? Like, it's a battle royale. Let's play poker.
Oh, I gotta download the beta. I forgot about that. I gotta get it for Jack.
So I'm excited to try it because I'm all on board for discovering new games. Like Apex, my favorite battle royale, has proven to me a game that came out of nowhere can sell me. And the fact that they added like no scope for snipers makes me real happy because I can just kill people on a whim.
Is Watch Dogs October?
They didn't put a date.
I think it's October 20th.
Right?
Really?
October 20th is even... Well, that's a better date. It's still pretty risky, though. Because we don't know dates yet for console.
Yep, October 29th.
29th. Yep.
Yes.
October 29th.
And then
Valhalla the 17th. Cyberpunk the 19th.
Ooh,
but you guys are missing the most important thing here.
Sean, how do I get it for free? Watch
Guys,
Dogs 2.
Bakugan, November 3rd.
Gosh.
Oh, this year? Bakugan this year,
I tried to go on Uplay. It won't let me.
Where is the where are the free things? What do you got to click on?
I don't know. I didn't get Watch Dogs, but
I didn't get Watch Dogs either.
Hyperspace. Hyperspace.
The store is
crashed.
The store is currently unavailable, is what it tells me.
Yeah, me too.
Okay. Well, sorry, Jack. I guess you can't play today.
We'll see what happens, but I don't expect
Everybody, thanks for joining us. My name
to get any notifications.
Caro says, "Geez, that Assassin's Creed look was forever."
That's true.
I remember watching Ubisoft with Caroline last year. That was a great experience. Caroline has great Ubisoft takes because, like, we're all here for Far Cry Assassin's Creed, and she's not, even though she is for this year.
And Rabbids.
Yeah, so
we only got Just Dance last year.
Man, Watch Dogs first, then Assassin's Creed, and then Far Cry in the spring.
Lots of heavy hitters.
Oh, Josh, here's your game, dude.
Yes.
I got the beta for the Hyperscape. It literally is a banner that just pops up.
Yeah, it pops up at the front. It is what it is. I would say it didn't necessarily live up to my Ubisoft expectations, but I wouldn't say it was bad by any means.
Do you think it was better than last year's E3 show?
No, not at all. Not even close.
Really?
Yeah.
I kind of do. I thought last year's E3 show at Ubisoft was kind of a mess.
I get the removal of the
because we did like a TV show and then we had like the roller derby thing, and I was just like,
but at least we saw more games. Like
That's
even
true.
roller derby was more games.
Yeah, you're right. And then you mean it would be different, right, if some of these games were surprises and not the same games we showed last year. I just thought the presentation and everything, I would agree with Garrett. I thought it was tight, it was nice. I never felt like it was, I personally wasn't like, oh my God, hurry up already or anything like that. It was good. I was kind of into
it was short. It was 40 minutes long.
Yeah.
Last year was an hour and 40 minutes long.
It was good.
But we saw, like, I know we didn't see
God, this
Roller
game is
Champions, but imagine we didn't see.
Do you see my eyes like while I'm watching? I'm like, up. It's like I'm definitely like old person now. I'm just like, Jesus, what's happening?
He's going. I feel like they're going 10 times faster.
Like I just shook my head. I saw me shake my head on the stream. I was watching. I was like, ugh.
Giving me a headache.
I just had like a Hank Hill moment. Blah.
Gosh.
It's so fast. I can't wait. I'm going to unleash Jack on this and see what he thinks. He's my Battle Royale expert.
There you go.
I bet he's going to love it. Watch him. He's going to love the mess out of it. I watch him play Apex. I'm like, I don't know what's happening.
Well, you got to play Apex more.
No.
No. I think I'm good.
I'm the guy who like fishes in Fortnite.
Don't G-fish.
Like all I want in Fortnite is for them to like add a golf mechanic, and I'll just do that while people shoot at me.
I can see that.
I can't. I can't with you, Donnie.
Oh man.
Okay,
This
well,
is so fast.
I'm gonna
Okay.
go cook dinner.
I'm gonna go
for
eat dinner.
my wife and son and go swim in the pool.
Yeah, man.
The early dinner.
Well, thanks for hanging out, both of you guys.
Yeah.
That was fun. I enjoyed it. At least we got to watch one of the things. It was,
Yeah, thanks for the invite. I'm glad I can make it.
Devolver's was better. You need
I
to
know.
watch. You need to play the Devolver Expo. That's what
I
people
started
need to
watching your feed last night, but my son was in the room, and I immediately had to shut it off.
It was so like meta, and it was incredible. It was like I equated it to like it was like a dominatrix type showing, where it's basically just slamming all us people that are watching the show. It was amazing. No other company would have done it, and they had their uncle that works at Nintendo showed up.
That was so
It
good.
was fucking good. It was so good. That was like art. It was next level. I don't know if anybody could do it. They blew it away. And I remember at the end when she was giving like her closing monologue after like I got off the stream and everything, I was thinking about I don't know if I've ever been as captivated into what I was watching in like a digital, because I rewatched it back as this, because I accidentally recorded it, so I was deleting it, and I looked at the last 3 minutes, and you see all of us, we're just staring at the screen, we're not talking anymore, like we were in. Like she
so
just
involved with it.
has our attention. She just got us right there. I was just like, what is he about to say next?
Ooh, solar panels.
And the demo was great.
World.
The demo is actually it's better than great. It's kind of amazing. I'm shocked to say that I'm surprised that nobody else has figured this out yet. Have either of you played it yet, or do you plan on playing it?
I plan on playing, yes.
It literally is you walk around a convention and you get collectibles and see trailers for the games that they want to show, and they're like direct like trailers. So like the artist is like, let me tell you about our game, and they walk you through like a good 3-minute explanation about the game, and you get an achievement for it. You pick up the collectibles to open up secrets, and they've got like some secret game things that they want to show you at the end, but it's built in like a demo. It's like they took a direct and then they made it playable, so it's like you're in the direct. That's what I was like. It's Inception of games. You are the you are the direct. I was like,
fantastic concept.
I was like, how the hell has nobody done this yet? Like, this is genius.
That's next level.
It is next level. It is next level, and I really enjoyed walking around shooting the little monsters or the little robots and getting all the demos. I didn't finish it. I got to I saw somebody on Twitter like kind of spoiled it for me, so I was like, I guess I don't have to play this anymore. Like I've already, you can just do that too, but it is fun to play. I definitely got I got 2 of them, and I was halfway on the other one before it was spoiled. So, but it's crazy. It's a crazy thing. I'm surprised that nobody else has done. I'm surprised that anybody put in the amount of work. It's not like it's shit.
That's
like
not a small amount of effort.
It looks amazing. It looks great. It's the best looking Devolver published game ever. Like the floors have reflection. There's lighting. Like I was like, what the hell is it? It's like a Bethesda game. It's like you're walking around in like Prey or something, or Dishonored. I mean, it's
That's
crazy.
so cool.
It's crazy. You definitely try it. All right, I gotta go eat, guys. This has been fun. Chat, thank you so much for hanging out with us. Sean, I'm gonna read your messages as we get out of here. Oh, he says it's a blast.
What does he have? What did he say?
He's got a bunch. There's a bunch of stuff.
Give me.
He says Devolverland Expo is a blast. He's like, it's perfect. It's like being at PAX or E3. Devs repeat the same elevator pitch to gamers and journos for days at those events. Just record it once and put it in a game. It was cool.
Cool.
He corrects me. He says it's a blist.
It doesn't have inverted controls.
Yeah, he was upset you couldn't invert the controls.
Sean, you gotta accept.
Everything in Canada is different. Like, why? Who cares?
Ableist.
I'm telling you, man, Devolverland, like they brought E3 home in a way I didn't expect it. Like I've been saying that for 3 years. I was like, bringing E3 home, and I was thinking like a tile in your dashboard, you could download a demo. No, they brought E3 home. They're like, let's put you here. You're here with us. Wow, man, crazy. You got to get it, Josh. You got to check it out. All right,
I will.
I'm gonna get out of here.
Cool. Good.
Bye, folks.
Bye.